Good afternoon, friends and followers. How are you? Hope everyone's well. Coming on here, this is not a makeup video, so if you are digging this look that I got going on today, please head over to my other YouTube channel, Empress of Glam, and see how you can achieve this. If you're here for a moon energy report, then stay right here because that's what we're talking about today. Now, I did make this video yesterday, however, I ended up getting a phone call and it kind of just interrupted everything, so I stopped the video. So we're just going to try to do it better this time around. So this September moon is really calling us all to be exactly who you're supposed to be right now. Be unapologetic about it, be who you are, really start to get into your power, get into your gifts. There's still a lot of clearing going on that we've been working on since the buck moon. But not as much of it, and I think by now we've all learned a lot better coping skills that we have before as well. So I did take a few notes here just to kind of help me along the way so I can make sure I don't forget anything really important for you guys, okay? It seems like since basically forever, right? We've just been learning and learning and learning. We've been on this ascension journey, this Kundalini awakening, and it's all been like we've been studying, and now it's kind of time that we are called to put this forth in action, right? I've been studying for a long time, and this is, this is like one of my very first official moon energy updates. I just see that there's a need for this on YouTube. There are a few people who really have some great videos, but I'm hoping I can add to that mix, give the perspective from what I'm seeing, what I'm channeling, what I'm downloading, and just share that with all of you who are also on this 5D journey. And I am also a twin flame, so I'm always going to be adding a little bit about twin flames in my energy reports. So let me give you an example in my personal life about how, from feeling like you're learning to really feeling like you know what the hell you're talking about, right? So my neighbors were outside talking, having a conversation about, oh, they don't know how they feel, things are amiss. This was a couple weeks ago too, and I was able to say, hey, you know what? I can't remember what it was now, but it was something like, Mercury. No, it wasn't Mercury. It was like something like Venus just entered retrograde. I just heard the report, and I'm like, there's a whole solar storm going on, and I was able to talk to them for a few minutes about what's going on, and they're like, well, how do you know all of this? And I'm like, I was able to just with confidence say, well, I study astrology, I listen, I'm working with coaches, I'm learning and teaching. So it was like, you may notice this month if somebody asks you a question, like you actually have the answer to the question. Another example in my personal life was I got asked, oh, well, what are your goals for the next 3 years? And without hesitation, I knew that. It just came out. Like, I don't think I've ever been able to say that other than, take care of my kids. I don't think I've ever been able to have a paragraph come out of my mouth of goals. But now I'm very goal driven. I feel like since I have gotten through that chapter of being focused on having babies and growing my family is complete, and I know that now. So now that I'm not focusing on family planning and and having little babies around, I can focus now on myself and my purpose, helping others. I'm getting into the life coaching, helping women through makeup, spirituality, oils, chakra balancing, tarot readings, like all this stuff that I've just done as hobby or, sporadically is now something I can confidently say, yeah, I read tarot cards. Do you need advice? You can come to me. I can do this for you. Like it's a thing now. Like I'm doing it. So that's very, so the goals, when I was asked what my goals are, oh, well, I'm growing an empire, I'm a boss babe, I'm a LipSense boss babe, I'm growing a huge team, I'm going to be a 6-figure earner, I plan to be all the way vegan in 3 years' time, and I'm kind of like, I'm about 1.5 years into my being vegan journey. I know it's the best and it's what I want, although you have to make small changes. I mean, unless you have access in your town to readily available food, I've been off beef now for almost 2 years. I have not had any red meat. That was a pretty easy change. Beans can be substituted. I did eat a lot of chicken, pork, but looking at seeing the way these animals are suffering is like literally making me sick. The human race is just despicably disgusting. The way they torture these beings, it really turns you off. And I have not eaten pork products or hot dogs in the past like 8-9 months. Now I'm working towards quitting chicken. I have officially quit making chicken myself when I'm here at home, which is usually. However, I do get hungry. I am a breastfeeding mom. I am on the go a lot. Sometimes you just gotta have a fucking chicken breast and call it a day. Although I notice when I'm eating it now, I'm like, I really just think about that poor overfed chicken and its legs breaking, and I'm like, I really don't want to eat this chicken anymore. I've been off milk for 3 years. Like, if you're looking to start a vegan diet, I would say first thing you need to do is stop drinking milk. And if that's the only thing you ever do, please stop drinking cow milk. It's not even good for you. Like, the government has brainwashed you so bad that it actually makes you think that you need to drink milk from a cow. Now, does that really make sense to you? A cow is a large animal. What makes you think that anything that comes out of its body belongs in your body? No, honey. No. Okay? Just don't. There's so many other options. Look at the company Pacific. That's my favorite. They have hemp milk, hazelnut milk, oat milk, almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk. I mean, forgive me if I forgot one, but there's plenty of options out there. Like, let's not drink the milk from a cow. It really is sad when you can see that these cows, they're forced to be pregnant, they're forced to give birth, and then when they fall in love with their baby gets ripped away from them. They put a plug on the poor baby's nose so the baby can't drink its mother's milk. Like, that milk that's coming out of the cow, that's for the baby, the cow's baby, not you, okay? So, anyways, that was a little off rant, but that is one of my 3-year goals, and I could just, without a doubt, like, rattle these goals off when I was asked that question. Now, if somebody would ask me what my goals are from 5 years ago, I don't know. I don't know what it would have been. It probably would have been focused on, like, a relationship or, whatever else. I'm trying to undo all the brainwashing and all the fuckery that's been done to me my entire life that I've been on this earth, which is, of course, what we signed up to do. However, it doesn't make it any easier. And, I feel like I'm a little behind sometimes because I kind of, I'm like 37 years old, but I feel like I'm being, and this is pertinent for everyone this month, you're being reborn, not necessarily into a body, but into a state of consciousness. And that's what September is all about. The goals that you have, you're actively working towards them now. You're not just saying, oh, hey, yeah, I'm kind of into this. Like, no, you're not kind of into something. You're motivated to do the work you're supposed to do, and you're on your way. So it feels good, it feels really good. So this is now the time to start using everything you've learned, helping other people if that's what you want to do. Really just kind of stepping into your purpose, stepping into what you're supposed to be, who you're meant to be, what you came here to do. So it's a beautiful thing. And especially now if you're on your twin flame journey, when you're a twin flame, you meet them. It's ecstasy. It's passion. It's heaven on earth. It's just orgasmic love that you've never felt before. You don't know what's going on. Well, fast forward 7 years, you're going through a ton of shit. You've felt the pain. You've felt the abandonment. You've come back from the brink. You've done all that. And you're like, hey, you know what? I want to get that good feeling back, Well, guess what? It takes both of you to be on a healing journey. And if you're the female twin flame, you have to just start doing it. This is how I've been doing. I've been on this healing journey now. And you kind of have to tell them, hey, look, we're doing this now. Like, instead of sitting there watching TV, let's get on our twin flame relationship reports. Let's talk. Let's have some intimacy. Let's save this. You need to help your male counterpart. You need to help them with their temper. You need to help them with their self-control techniques. And I can see that I have grown, and I can see that I am no longer doing those. I'm not flying off the hook emotionally anymore. That was a big part of what I used to do. I would feel things so deeply, and I can still, recognize things, but I can see, whatever. I already know. I already know the universe is looking out for me. So if something gets removed from my life, I know the universe is doing me a favor. Now, back in the day, I would have been crying my eyes out, feeling that loss, feeling that abandonment, feeling hopeless. No mo. No mo. So I know I'm going to be okay with or without my twin flame. And that's a beautiful feeling of freedom to have, because I definitely didn't feel that way even 3 years ago. I needed him. Oh, I needed him to complete me. And if you're on the twin flame journey, these are feelings that they're so intense. The pain is like no other. There's no explaining it unless you're a twin and it's horrible. It's not even, that word isn't even good enough to describe. So, that being said, healing, getting your male counterpart to heal, you need to ignite the sacral chakra. That's one of my goals for this month. That was my new moon intention. And the full moon cometh, people. It cometh. It's on its way. This moon has been beautiful and bright, and it's out there for you. Get under it. Soak in that energy. Just feel in your mind what you want to achieve and what you need and want in your life, and then just don't worry about it and wait for it to come to you. And I want to heal my sacral chakra. It's necessary. And so I wrote this little bit down about that, especially for women. you have womb trauma, not from having children, that can be part of it, but you have womb trauma that you've been carrying around from your mother, your grandmother, your great grandmother. The children that you've carried in your womb come with their own lineage of just dysfunction and pain and trauma. Like, it is stored right here. Okay, so now here's my personal story. I always noticed that I had like a lump in there, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'd go to the doctors. I'm like, give me an ultrasound. What's going on? Do I have cancer? Do I have a tumor? You know, and I can't see anything. I don't see what it is. I'm like, well, it's not fat, you know, like it's not, you know, I can tell what flabby skin is. It was literally a mass. And then I have started on this healing journey. I found out what the hell that really was. It was a huge mass of negativity and trauma that was inside of me. And when I started working at clearing that out, my life has changed significantly. And I am not done healing, but I'm still doing it. Now, if you're a woman here, I'm going to tell you right now, here's some recommendations for clearing that womb trauma. Obsidian and onyx. Those healing crystals will absorb that for you. Now, I have had times where I've been in such an intense meditative healing state that I've put it on there and it had healed so much. And once you can feel it being full with all of that, you need to clear it. You got to transmute that energy, because it's that pain, it's that trauma that's going to switch over. The amount of pain and trauma will be the amount of happiness and joy. And you will see little by little, little tiny bits by little tiny bits, how you are clearing out the trauma and the pain and the negativity. And that's how you can let the light and the happiness in. And I tell you, I think I experienced true happiness the other day, like real true happiness. It was like about maybe 12 minutes of just bliss, happiness, and gratitude for the present moment of my life. And I was like, oh my God, this is what people are talking about. This is happiness. This is what this is. It felt amazing. And I want more. And so, if you're on this journey, really look into some womb clearing. Now, let me give you the name of someone on YouTube, Dr. Amanda Noel. She's also a twin flame. So she has an amazing yoni clearing meditation. I suggest that you do it. It was absolutely amazing. Brought tears to my eyes. She channeled Aphrodite. It was amazing. And that I had done underneath the strawberry moon, which, oh my God, if you remember the strawberry moon, that was just the best energy ever I have ever experienced. Simply just nothing but love and sex and beauty. That moon was just full for like 4 days in a row, and I was just up till 3 a.m. soaking it in, healing, loving. It was just amazing. But it was at that time, and I started, and I was seeing the colors, and I don't always get to see the colors, especially I'm talking about like doing your chakra balancing and your chakra clearing, doing your visualization, seeing the colors. Like, I don't always see the colors, but that moon was so vivid. It was so powerful. I was seeing all of it. I was seeing everything around me. I could sense the spirits. I saw my inner child. I mean, things were amazing. So if you're looking to heal your womb trauma, you must do the work. You must do the meditations. You must do the clearing. You must have the intentions. And it's not an overnight process. It is a long process, and I'm not done. But gosh, I'd like to say I'm almost halfway there. I mean, I'm definitely on my way, and now I know what to do. And the best thing about the healing journey is that it's cumulative. Even if you do something, and then like a month later go again, you're going to pick up right where you left off. So it's not like things regress. Like once you've done it, you don't regress. It keeps getting better, and the better it gets, the better it gets, is like such a great saying, because it's so true. So yeah, obsidian, onyx, meditations, do it. And when you put that, I had got a large bead, obsidians, like it fills up my whole area. And you can put that on. I just put it into my shorts. At this point I'm wearing high-waisted shorts, of course. It fits in there, and you can just feel immediate relief and release from that. So if you don't have obsidian, I highly suggest getting it. And then once you do remove, don't forget to put something else back in there. Some loving energy. If you got a rose quartz, a selenite, amethyst. Hell, the one day I was doing so much clearing, I just, my husband had brought me roses. I just picked that rose right up, unfluffed all the petals, and got like right in the middle of it and just stuck it right on my belly button. I could just feel the frequencies just like filling me up and healing me from the inside. It was just amazing. So get you a rose, you know what I'm saying? Like rose quartz right here. This promotes love and self-love. Just put that right in your belly button and fill yourself back up with something good after you've removed the negativity. And repeat, any chance you get, repeat. That'll help. Let's see. So here's another thing that happens kind of to everyone, but also with twin flames right now. This past week, you may have noticed certain experiences are coming to the forefront of your memory. And not just within your twin flame relationship, but maybe your childhood, maybe your past. You're going to figure out why you did something the way you did, why you did something. What were you thinking? What were you going through? What made you act how you did? And you have to really analyze that in your head. And then you have to forgive yourself. You just have to forgive yourself. Like, sometimes I want to say to myself, well, damn, you're fucking stupid. Like, Jesus, you're 37 years old and you don't know this shit yet. Like, no, I'm just now catching on. Like, there's still so much I don't know, and I've never claimed to know everything, but, you wonder, do most people already know this? Am I an idiot or something? Like, you wonder that sometimes. Then you have to look around and you're like, oh man, no. Humanity is, I can't even think of a nice name without it being offensive to somebody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, no, most people do not try for their healing journey. Most people are just stuck in three-dimensional living and stuck in the matrix. Well, I will say, get out of the matrix and get into the vortex, okay? Some green tea on a beautiful afternoon. Got to find some gratitude in the little things. I am so glad I never got into that 9-to-5 crap. I've always played my cards accordingly. I don't know, that's a whole nother, not knocking people if you do it. I commend you, because there's no way I'd last in that kind of environment. And doing something you love. If you are in a 9-to-5 and you're just kind of like, it's not filling you up, it's not filling your soul, well, guess what? It's because you weren't just put here to go to work for the man, live like a sheep, pay your bills, and die. There's more to life than that. And so many people don't know that. They don't want you to know that. They want to keep you down. They want to make you tired. They want to keep you from being in your full potential, because once you're in your full potential, they can't brainwash you. I was just listening to a video today after I listened to my Victor Odo video. If you're not following him, you need to start, because he is so inspiring. I listen to him. I listen to him every day. Sometimes I listen to his videos more than once, because I like the way he speaks. I like the sound of his voice. He's inspiring. He's always right on. And I listen to these videos while I'm putting my makeup on in the morning, and it gives me inspiration. I listen to them if I can't sleep. So hopefully I'm helping some of you guys too. You know, you can listen to me also. But yeah, so I was listening to that, and she was telling me about how the government is actually emitting frequencies into the air to make people feel certain ways. Now this is, I mean, I knew to some extent this was going on, but the way she had described it, it's like, what the fuck? Like, really? So yeah, they actually they look down and they're like, well, let's emit. So pay very close attention to yourself. They cannot get to you if you have your own, if you know yourself, if you have your own aura around you. Like, keep yourself cleansed from these negative frequencies. They've been known to, like, you know, send down these frequencies to a certain group of people to make them feel fearful, to make them feel anxiety, just to make them feel very uneasy. Just, it's insane. And she recommended a stone, Orgonite. Orgonite can help block other frequencies, so I'm definitely going to be getting some of that. The one I'm holding right now is Labradorite. This is gorgeous, but it helps kind of like get you in tune with your psychic abilities, and you know, it's a powerful stone. It's like a whole paragraph on what it can help you with, but I figured while I'm getting a video out, it would help me channel my thoughts properly and say what I need to say. So that's why I chose this one, and rose quartz, of course, to always have that frequency of love about me, and spreading that to all of you, who hopefully in turn go spread it to someone else. The world is changing, okay? And twin flames are a big part of that. The ascension is a big part of that. People who are getting out of three-dimensional living and thinking are a big part of that. Even if you can only be in that 5D for like 20 minutes a day at first, just get there. Get in the vortex. If you can get there, you are raising your frequency, which is in tune, raising frequencies around you, and you can help combat this sick state that this earth is in. You know, pretty soon there's going to be a rollover. Like right now they say it's about 50-50, and if we can keep at this, there's going to be a rollover. There's going to be more light being spread, and you know, we have the power to change. They say like one of the single most things you can do to help the planet right now is to stop consuming animal products. And you know, this isn't a video all about going vegan, but it really truly is the better way to be, and I'm not all the way there yet, but starting small. If you eat meat every day, try skipping a day, you know, go for meatless Mondays or something. Like, once you feel comfortable skipping a day, try skipping 2 days, you know, just any little thing you can do can possibly save just one more creature, you know. Without a demand, there's going to be no supply. So quit spending your dollars into this, or at least look into you know, farms that actually treat the animals with respect before they're surprise slaughtering, you know. I feel like that's better, you know, even if the end result is yes, they are getting slaughtered to feed someone, at least they got to live a happy life while they were doing it. I mean, you should see these conditions are just horrid. I mean, it is really, really bad. So it's just so sad. I don't want to be a part of that. So yeah, if you want to take away one thought from the video and one thought for what this full moon energy is really, really calling us to do, it is to be you and find out who you are and start walking the walk of what you've been called to do. And I know I am, and I can tell a lot is changing in my life. So I hope this helped some of you. I'm going to get on with my day. I got stuff to do, you know. I'm doing all the things. So it's been great. Thanks for watching. Bye.